Caught up in your presence, I just wanna sit here at your feet. Caught up in this holy moment, I never was.
I think I usually hear God at church. Church to me is a sacred space where we go to intentionally encounter God. And to me, God speaks to me through a number of different means, not in the loud clapping and celebrations, but maybe the more quiet, worshipful times, time when someone is singing a very meaningful song, or if a pastor has crafted a carefully prepared message, then I know to sit up and listen, because that's something that is probably inspired and can speak to me.
I think God speaks in so many different ways. I like to be open to a variety. And one way and one place is church. Just come out of church. And church has always been, since I was a little kid, a place to meet and experience God. So that's a really important one to me.
And I think music for me, you all know that, right? Music is like a huge part. And sometimes when I'm singing, I forget that I'm leading, because I'm just there with worship and with God. And it's yeah. I mean, if you look and if you listen, he's here all the time. So it's really just a matter of like tuning in, because he wants to be a part of everything we're doing. So it's that for me is like the coolest part, is like that God just wants to be involved in even the silly stuff, the easy stuff, the mundane stuff, not just the big moments. And I think that for me is kind of my favorite part of my faith.
So in worship, and I mean by that the whole church experience, not just the singing part, God speaks to me because it's the house of God. And so all the different parts, the music, the prayers, the scripture, the sermon, and for me, especially if there's an experiential part to the service. Like on Pentecost, we all wore red. And in some of my church experiences, we have other experiential things, and I especially am drawn to those as a place to meet God personally, often in celebration, but sometimes really in kind of the depth of neediness, like some of the music actually today referenced.
I think we are so lucky at our church. Our youth are so intelligent, kind, incredible humans. I have learned more about God and heard from God more in the time I've spent with them than in any other time I've spent in any Bible study or anything else. Like, they get it. They know God. They know what he's about. And I have watched him sit in the midst of them and just been a part of it. It's been incredible to see. I'm really lucky to get to be just a very small part of their journey, but they are a huge part of my journey, because I've learned so much about God and with God from them.
And most of all, I meet God here on Sunday mornings, in the sanctuary, in the music, in the prayers, even more so in the scripture readings. It centers me, sometimes corrects me, and in the sermon, which helps me better to understand the scripture. In other words, where do I meet God? I meet God at First Baptist Church.
Nothing else, no one else. Just you, Jesus. Just you, Jesus.